Caitlin Clark is redefining how to handle bullies. Some said she was too bold, too aggressive, and craved too much attention. They whispered that she was all talk. But Caitlin didn't just join the WNBA, she made a significant impact, letting her skills do the talking. As a rookie, she's not only winning over fans but also catching the eye of her toughest critics. With talk of rivalry spreading through the league, Caitlin is proving that the best way to silence the haters is by outperforming them. Keep reading to see how Caitlin Clark is tackling her bullies with pure talent and determination. Despite being in the spotlight, Caitlin's journey in the WNBA hasn't been easy. Since going pro, she's faced more than just tough defenders, she's dealt with rough physical play, including shoves, elbows, and full-body hits that go beyond fair play. These actions are no accident, they're driven by more than just competition. Jealousy seems to be a factor, as her rapid rise to fame has overshadowed even the league's top players. Fans flock to arenas, both home and away, just to see her play, while some players who once enjoyed the spotlight now feel left behind. This isn't just about fame, it's about visibility and value. With each full game and rising paycheck, the tension grows. Caitlin is changing the league's economy, but the resentment goes deeper than just fame or money, it's also about issues like race and representation. Some players feel that as the media's favorite, Caitlin might be getting different treatment. Her teammates and opponents worry they'll be forgotten as Caitlin's star shines brighter. Some even call her the best basketball player ever, and the fear isn't just about losing games to her, but about being left behind in fans' memories and the earnings from the sport. However, in a sport where controversy brings attention, and attention means money, every shove Caitlin faces and every headline questioning fairness only makes the WNBA more popular and successful. It's a game within the game, where the stakes are as much about controlling the narrative as they are about winning on the court. But let's focus on the game itself, where Caitlin isn't just playing, she's dominating. Game after game, she handles her bullies not by talking back, but by playing with skill and calmness. Remember when Breanna Stewart set a tough screen to welcome Caitlin Clark to the WNBA during a game against the New York Liberty? That moment got a lot of attention. Before Caitlin was even picked by the Fever, the famous Diana Taurasi spoke to Scott Van Pelt in an interview. She warned that tough challenges were coming. "Look, SVP, reality is coming, okay? You know, there are levels to this, and that's just life. We all went through it, of course. You see it on the NBA side, and you're going to see it on this side too. You look superhuman playing against 18-year-olds, but you're going to come up against some grown women who have been playing professional basketball for a long time. Not saying it won't translate, because when you're great at what you do, you'll just get better. But there is going to be a transition period, and as a rookie, you might have to give yourself some grace. It might take a little longer for some people." Despite everything, Clark has consistently viewed Taurasi as a role model and recently expressed her admiration directly to her. "I just admired the way she played the game and the fire she played with. It's impressive that she's still able to play at such a high level and produce the way she does. It's incredible. She's obviously the best scorer our game has ever seen and one of the best players our game has ever seen." Clark didn't just take Taurasi's cautious words as advice, she took them as a challenge to elevate her game even more. Her response on the court exceeded everyone's expectations, including Taurasi's. In that high-stakes match, while Taurasi put up 19 points, it was Caitlin who truly stood out. Despite struggling with her shooting, hitting only 4 of 14 attempts, Caitlin made her presence felt in other areas. Her playmaking was exceptional, with 12 assists, and she dominated the boards with 9 rebounds. Her performance was so impressive that even Taurasi couldn't help but praise her after the game. "The one thing I really love about her is that she loves the game. You can tell she's put the work in. Even throughout her short WNBA career, there's been a lot of pressure and a lot thrown at her, and she keeps showing up and getting better every single game. Her future is super bright, and being a veteran who's been in this league for a long time, it's pretty cool to see." Even though Caitlin is just 22, she handles pressure like a seasoned player. The next chapter in this saga involves Lexi Brown of the Los Angeles Sparks. When Lexi found out about Ice Cube's big offer to Caitlin Clark, she was shocked and upset. As a player earning just over $80,000 this season, Brown felt that this NBA-level offer to an NCAA player was unfair to many talented players in her league. Lexi shared her feelings on the Guild podcast, where she expressed, You offered the contract to a player who's not yet even in the WNBA. Big Three doesn't happen during overseas season, so that doesn't make sense. And then, you pretty much offended all the European countries that open their doors to us, give us a lot of money, a lot of love, and a lot of experience by calling them dismal and dubious. There are some very beautiful countries that we have the opportunity to go play in. If you're going to say it's for that, then stand on that. But I don't think it is. I think he's trying to make a business decision, which makes sense as a businessman. But to mask it as wanting to uplift and support WNBA players and women athletes is a cop-out. It doesn't make sense. Even though Lexi Brown has earned over $300,000 from 6 seasons in the WNBA and playing overseas, her response to Ice Cube's offer to Clark hinted at deeper feelings. When the two finally met on the court, Caitlin was determined to prove her worth. With Caitlin leading, the Indiana Fever won their first game of the season in an exciting comeback against the Sparks, turning around an 11-point halftime deficit to win 78-73. Clark played brilliantly, nearly getting a triple-double with 11 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists, and 4 steals. On the other hand, Brown, who had sparked controversy with her comments, had a quieter game, scoring 5 points, grabbing 5 rebounds, and making 3 assists. Their second game was even more intense. Although the Fever lost 88-82 to the Sparks, Caitlin Clark's performance was outstanding. She scored 30 points, grabbed 5 rebounds, and made 6 assists. In this game, Lexi Brown might have realized that her earlier comments unintentionally fueled a strong response from Clark, whose actions on the court silenced any critics. This game also brought to mind the well-known foul on Caitlin Clark by Kennedy Carter, which became a hot topic in the basketball world. I think the thing is, I believe Miss Carter, you can play hard without playing cheap. Now, if you want to say, well, she threw an elbow or a punch at my head, if you want to hip check her while trying to block her out for a rebound, I don't think we're having a discussion. But because she was standing there, and you go up and do that, now all eyes are on you. Plus, if people look at your resume and who you are, it becomes magnified. But unfortunately, when we talk about Caitlin Clark, who rightfully has brought the lion's share of what we're seeing right now, that notion that Caitlin is constantly acknowledged is true. She has brought so much good and great growth, and we want to protect that, but not at the expense of people competing. Carter's foul on Clark was seen by many as too aggressive, but Caitlin stayed calm through it all. Yeah, I wasn't expecting it, but I think it's just respond. Come down, let your play do the talking. It is what it is. It's a physical game. Go make the free throw and then execute on offense, and I feel like that's kind of what we did. She and her team barely won, with a final score of 71-70, setting up an exciting rematch 2 weeks later. In the last game, Reese had cheered from the sidelines during the foul, but now she was right in the middle of the action. Clark, remembering the last game, came prepared with a different plan. This time, she wasn't going to let any rough plays go unanswered. Determined to match the intensity, Clark stayed focused, and even after Reese fouled her, she continued to showcase her skills on the court, leading her team to another win. Their victory against the Chicago Sky, with a score of 91-83, was their second win in a row and the first time they had won back-to-back games this season. In this game, Clark was the key player, delivering what many are calling the best performance of her young WNBA career. She scored 23 points, including 3 from beyond the three-point line, but she didn't stop there. She also made 9 assists, grabbed 8 rebounds, and blocked 2 shots. This outstanding performance put her among the league's top players. From dealing with tough fouls to facing off-court challenges, this young star has shown that true champions are made through hard times. Her ability to turn problems into victories not only proves her critics wrong but also makes her a role model in women's basketball. Clark isn't just overcoming challenges, she's inspiring a new generation to aim high, no matter what they face. Thanks for watching. Be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Stay tuned for more exciting content. We'll see you in the next video.